Hey guys, welcome back to the New England Scrapper. Now, today, I did another residential pickup. And I was able to come across these two old Commodore CRT monitors. Now, I believe they both don't work, and it's not really much value for me in trying to resell them, anything like that, so I figured, you know what? Might make an interesting video, so let's scrap it up. So I'm going to try to do both in this video. They're both, yeah. Oh no, one's a model 1701, and the other one's a model 1702. So they are a little bit different, but let's get started. You know what? Why don't we do the 01 first? Just because, why not? Oh, the 01 does feel a little bit heavier. So set it down like that. Got the side cutters here. Alright, so for me, right now it is officially 2022. Now you guys will probably be seeing this video, I don't know, most of the way through January. So yeah, it'll definitely be 2022 when you guys see this. But because, you know, I record my videos on a backlog system, that gives me, you know, a couple, you know, one weekend can turn into, you know, 3 weeks worth of videos, which is kind of the way I have to do it right now. You know, just between not getting anything interesting or something like that, you know, just makes it easier. So I'll save a couple of those screws to put back in. That way, when I take it to the transfer station, it's not like causing a big problem. Alrighty, well, there we go. So, let's see here. Oh, we're missing a screw here. There we are. So yeah, I did a pickup today, and it included a lot of these real old car stereos. So there might be a video on these. I don't know. There may not be, because they're just kind of a pain in the butt to scrap. They're really not all that wonderful. So I don't know what I'll end up doing with them. I may not even scrap a lot of them. So this is really interesting. This is definitely a different setup. Very large flyback transformer. So let's get this little piece cut here. Oh, come on, come out of there. There we go. So cut the one safety piece. Not that it necessarily does anything, but yeah, I don't know. I've never had a problem scrapping CRTs. I've never been shocked, anything like that. Mostly because usually nowadays when you get these things, they've been sitting around in people's who knows what for who knows how long. So right here we've got a plastic piece with what I'm assuming is a mid-grade board. Or, sorry, low-grade board. Alright. What do we got here? Oh, it's going to be a real pain in the butt to get out. I'll take care of that later. So, 2021, I think it was February. No, it was March of 2021 when I first started this channel. So we're getting pretty close to about a year here on YouTube, and we have had some growth, which is nice. Not a ton, but you know what? For a scrapping channel, yeah, I'll take care of that later. Clean up some wire on that low-grade board. So yeah, for a scrapping channel, I'm pretty happy. So hopefully in 2022, you know, I can really up the quality of these videos, which is something I'm really looking into, you know, trying to do a deep dive-ish into how I can, you know, really improve the quality over the next year. So hopefully when our 2-year channel anniversary comes out, it'll, you know, it'll be a lot better than what's coming out now. Ow! That hurt. Yeah, can definitely be injury prone, that's for sure. So we got one more thing down here, and again, like I mentioned in my previous CRT video, that let's see here, I try to keep these intact and try to not accidentally depressurize the tube. So we got the copper yoke out. So you got copper in there, you got copper there. The copper here is wound around these ferrite pieces right there. So generally what I do is I just set them down in a bucket and smash them with a hammer. That tends to be the best way to do it. That way the plastic and ferrite can go in the light iron and I can get my nice number 2 shellacked copper. Because even though it looks like bare bright, it's actually held together with like a resin shellac. So usually I put that kind of thing in with number 2 copper. That's how most scrapyards will, you know, want to accept it. So that's generally what you'll be paid for that kind of thing. I mean, you might be able to get away with some of the real clear stuff being put into a light iron, no, into number 1 depending on your yard, but it's not always the best course of action. Now, this should just slide out. No, never mind, there's screws under here. It's not going to just slide out. There we go. So yeah, that's kind of my New Year's YouTube resolution, so to speak. Oh, well, we got the speaker piece out, so that's just light iron. We should have a degaussing cable down there somewhere. Or do we not have one on here? Now, the last CRT video I did there, I made a mistake. I said there was no degaussing cable, but in fact what happened was I actually missed the thing. So it was there, but I just missed. I missed that it was there. Alright, now what's holding in this thing here? Something's holding in this board, and I'm not sure what it is. Is that a motor? That is one huge motor. Yeah, I'm not sure what's holding this thing in. Something's obviously holding it, but I can't figure it out. Oh, this is fun. Oh, okay, so there's some screws in the front here. I know you guys aren't going to be able to see it from the camera angle. But yeah, that's very interesting. Alrighty, now this should be able to slide right out. Nope, not yet. So what else is holding this? Is there more screws I'm not seeing? Well, there shouldn't be. I would use the old hit it with a hammer trick, but you know, with all the glass around, I'd really rather not. So I don't know what this thing's deal is. All right, well, that's really strange. Yeah, these things are a real pain, huh? But if that's a motor, that'll be some decent scrap value right there. If I can get this damn thing out. So it looks like what's happening here is the front. There we go. front plastic plate was holding on to the side of the board here, and that might be a toroidal transformer actually. So that's interesting. So I'll clean this up after. I won't bore you guys with watching me take that apart. Let's just check our time here. Perfect. So yeah, 10 minutes is a little bit long for a computer monitor, or for a, yeah, I think it's a computer monitor. Generally what I do is I try to stack up as much, as much of this stuff as I can in the same go. That way I can just kind of get into the swing of scrapping things. So this here, this is more tinned copper. That'll go as a number 2. Some scrapyards might have their own grade for it, but I don't think I've ever seen it being its own grade. And you just got your shop wire. It could be classified as computer wire, so talk to your scrapyard, but generally this kind of thing should be classified as shop wire. Now, okay, there's a degaussing cable in here. It's really hard to get to. So what it's looking like is I'm going to have to actually take the tube out and then put it back in. What I might do, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I actually want to. Well, we'll see here. I still haven't decided if I want to try to put the tube back in or if I'm just going to throw it in the electronics bin at the transfer station. Like this. So we do have a degaussing cable here. And this is what happened with the first degaussing cable there that I had in that first CRT video. It was hidden and I didn't realize it until after. So this one is copper. I don't know if you guys can see that. Sometimes these will be aluminum. Now this one here, yeah, there's enough copper to strip that. I know it's kind of small, and generally the smaller ones really aren't worth bothering with, but I don't mind. The coppers are worthwhile. Worthwhile bid for me. So here's the second Commodore. So let's see if there's a difference in components in this one here. So let's start by cutting the wire and the plug. So again, shop wire, and these little plug bits are brass. So if you really have nothing to do, nothing better to do, what I generally do is take a pair of pliers and hold it, and then take side cutters, just pull the little brass bits out. And this is either garbage, or I've thrown them in light iron just to get rid of them. And then if you really want to, make not much extra, you can cut off that little bit of bare bright copper. You got yourself some usually silver brass. So there's a little tip for you guys if you want to make a little extra money. I mean, generally it's not going to be a ton of extra money, but hey, something's better than nothing. I'm just going to zip through the screws here. Now, there's something in scrapping, and if you've been in scrapping for a while and you're not new, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's called winter work or rainy day work. And generally, what winter work is referred, or what we are referring to when we say winter work, is all those little tasks that take time to complete. Alright, so let's see here. So, this one looks pretty much the same. There we go. So there shouldn't be any power. If you get to us, there, light iron speaker. Anyways, generally, if you hear a scrapper or anyone like that say anything about winter work, generally what we're referring to is any sort of like all those little tasks that will make you some extra money. And I broke the glass. But generally it won't, bring in stacks and stacks of cash. So it's just those little things. It smells really strange. Probably shouldn't be breathing that in, even though I believe it is just air. I don't want to breathe it in. And so the yoke is a lot smaller on the Commodore too. So that's the big thing that really stands out to me here, is this yoke is very small. Let's get rid of that. Oh, come on. It's gonna be a real pain in the butt, isn't it? Well, now that I've probably stripped the whole thing out, so this little grippy bit here off, that would be all set. There we go. So yeah, this yoke is much, much smaller. You can just look at the size comparison with these two yokes. This was off the Commodore, the first one, and that's the other one. So it's much smaller, so there's a lot less value there in copper. And it looks like this board here is not completely different, but quite a bit different. We've got this little piece here, which is a different board setup, it looks like, so that's interesting. So again, I'll clean up the wire later, but you guys don't have to watch me do it. So under here, yeah, different screw setup. This whole thing's all set up differently. So that's really interesting. Come on. Oh. Huh. There's 3 screws in the front of this one. So again, sorry you guys aren't going to be able to see what I'm unscrewing here. So hopefully this piece will come out. There we go. Nice and easy. Cool. Degaussing cable looks just as bad. It's pretty small. So we have a large piece of extrusion on there. That might be worth taking off. It's big enough. So you get some wire. You gotta take this plastic piece and the steel bits off, because that's just not fair to your buyer. Especially since this this board's already low grade. It's kind of unfair if you try to sell them all that steel. And as a circuit board, there's already probably a decent amount of steel on there, so that's kind of just unfair. So more tinned copper, and there's a degaussing cable under here. I'm gonna try to cut this. Try to just pull it out. This may not work. This may not work at all. Yeah. I don't think so. I'm going to have to remove these screws. Well. Huh. Interesting. these screws. There we go. Oh, I've accidentally undone my, it's interesting. It's just spinning. I'm not sure where my other screwdriver is. Alright, well, anyways, that's it for this scrap. You know, the degaussing cable, yeah, it's about the same size. So, I'm going to call this an end on this scrap here. And, oh, there we go. So, definitely an interesting one. No, I don't get all that many CRTs anymore. I do get them occasionally, but it's not like ultra common. So, yep, same copper. So, anyways, yeah, I don't get these that often, but I do get them occasionally. So they're always interesting to scrap out when you get them. I mean, the days for the CRTs are pretty much over. So you're really not going to see that many more of them. And, you know, honestly, for the future, I'm not planning on scrapping out, you know, all that many. You know, I'll probably scrap out a few hundred, but I don't think there's going to be enough around for me to do a few thousand. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Catch y'all on the next one. Bye for now.